Okay, hello everyone. How are you? How are you doing? Are you ready for the new school year? I see people joining in. Hello everyone. Hello Dnipro, hello. So, how are you doing? How are you feeling? Are you ready for the new school year and all of the challenges that will come with it? I'm good. I'm really good. I'm very happy to see you all, to read all of your comments. Hello, Zaporizhia. Hello. Любар, Херсон, Краматорськ, Харків. Hello. Hello, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. I'm always glad to see our teachers. I'm always glad to either tell something new, teach something new. Hello, Sergey. Okay, I'm always happy to share new information, but today, as you all know, we have two wonderful speakers who bring their expertise to our back to school conference. And yeah, we are very, very happy that we could sort of get our hands on these people, because we all know, that professionals are very hard to meet, but also they are very busy, with things, with work, with whatever they are doing. Okay, my phone decided to let me know about something. I'm forgetting about you for 2 hours, my poor phone. Okay, so don't miss the opportunity to ask questions from our speakers. If you are interested in something, don't be shy, go for it. And we are all open to communication, and we still have a few minutes, 2-3 minutes before the official start time of our back to school conference. Okay, can you tell me if you have registered for any other back to school conference that Lingvist will be hosting? Maybe back to school Cambridge, maybe back to school among publications, or maybe back to school from National Geographic Learning. Have you seen any of those announcements? Yes. Yes, okay. From National Geographic, not yet. Pluses, yeses, great. I hope you will enjoy them just as much as you will enjoy my purely Lingvist back to school conference. And I'm sort of starting the 2-week back to school festival, I guess we can say that, and I'm happy to be the first one in a very good lineup of back to school conferences, and my colleagues and our speakers for today have prepared a lot of interesting and definitely useful information for all of you, so use it. It would be very, very helpful for all of you. Okay, so I think we will be moving, okay. So I know that you saw an ad running before the start of the conference, and let me tell you a little bit more about our Lingvist Educational Partners Program. Yeah, so we offer it to our new clients who want to be a part of Lingvist and definitely want to grow and become professional. Yeah, so of course, as any partnership program, we have different levels that you can join in the program. Yeah, you will have your own personal manager who will be helping you communicate with us, with methodologists from Lingvist, and he or she will be helping you navigate this road, yeah, of the partnership, along with me and our other ELT consultants. Of course, the partnership program offers the participants annual bonuses and discounts. Yeah, of course, there will be exclusive partner-only workshops and other events. Yeah, and of course, the teachers who will be joining the partnership program at the beginning of each year will be receiving, at the beginning of each school year, will be receiving a resource pack according to the courses that the teacher chose to work with. So what are the benefits, yeah, about this program? So you would be a proud user of the Lingvist Educational Partners logo, and your school will receive a flag which will tell everyone who passes the school that you are a partner of Lingvist. You will be joining an exclusive Telegram group with our ELT consultants, me included. Of course, you will be receiving support from us and from other participants of the partnership program, and we encourage our partners to share their experiences with us. Also, there would be partner-only contests for students, and of course, the rewards would be personalized certificates for each learning year. Also, if you want to learn more about our Lingvist Educational Partners program, you can call me or you can text me by using my phone number. Yeah, I have this phone number both on Viber and on Telegram. But if you are not the one to talk, you can write me an email and I will be happy to answer all of your questions. If you have any questions right now, you can let me know in the chat box. I will be happy to help you. Also, I'm sure right now you are all trying to order different workbooks, any additional books such as grammar books, test books, and others. Please don't put it off because, as you know, most of the time the resources can finish at the most unexpected time. We hopefully will have enough resources to for our clients. Yeah. Okay, so please make sure that you order your supplies in a timely manner. Okay, so okay, I'm seeing a lot of hellos, good days, hello everyone, hello. Okay, Кіровоград, Слов'янськ, Дніпро. Hello everyone, hello. So, as usual, we will have sections, yeah, to our conference. We will start with primary school, Hello, Odessa. Hello, Dnipro. Hello. So as usual, we will start with primary school, then we will move on to secondary school, yeah, and then we will talk a little bit about high school, yeah. Okay. So. Харків, Львів, Ніжин, Дніпро. I see lots of people from Dnipro. I see again lots of people from Харків, Одеса, Тернопіль, Запоріжжя, Херсон. Hello. Львів, Самбір. Hello. Кременчук, Warsaw. Oh, we have teachers from all over the world. Івано-Франківськ, Черкаси, Краматорськ, Херсон, Чернігів. Окей. Окей. Сміла, Одеса, Миколаїв. Tallinn, Finland. Wow! Луцьк, Івано-Франківськ, Рівне region. Hello. Ужгород. Hello, everyone. Слов'янськ. Hello. Okay. So, again, I will remind you a little bit about our partnership program. Yeah. So, we are offering this program to our new clients. And of course, you can choose your own level of participation, and it will depend on your capabilities also. You will have your own personal manager, yeah, that will be helping you navigate through everything. You will be able to receive some annual bonuses and discounts. Of course, as usual, we will have partner-only workshops and trainings that will be depending on the courses that you use, on the specialities of your classroom, of your school, and so on and so on. And you will receive a resource pack at the start of a new learning year according to the courses that you chose to work with. You will be a proud user, yeah, of the logo of our Linguist Educational Partners program, and of course your school will receive a flag that will commemorate our partnership. You will be able to join our exclusive Telegram group for communication with our ELT consultants and with other participants of the program, where you can support each other, yeah, share your thoughts, ideas, and so on and so on. And of course, your students won't be left out of this, because if you are a part of our program, your students will be able to take part in partner-only contests, yeah, for students, and as one of the rewards, your students will receive personalized certificates for each learning year. Okay, I think we can move on to our first, I forgot the word. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. Yeah, we will start with our first speaker. Okay. So, our first speaker is an amazing English teacher who has nearly 20 years of experience in the primary classroom. And right now she is working in not very easy circumstances, because she lives in Harkov, and she will share with you a lot of useful information about how to still reach the results, the heights that you want for your students, but also work remotely and work from the classroom if it comes down to it, right? And I am very happy and proud to say that Pani Svetlana will share with us her thoughts, her views on one of our new courses for the primary school, which is called Imagine for Ukraine, which was created in partnership with National Geographic Learning. So I think you will enjoy this, very much so. So, Pani Svetlana, I'm giving the floor to you. I'm disappearing from the screen. Enjoy.
And thank you for introducing me, and welcome and hello for everyone. So are you happy or sad today? You can send maybe emojis, maybe some funny faces about how are you today. I hope you are safe and sound and you will enjoy this information, and maybe some tips and some information will come in handy in your classroom. So I've been thinking a lot about what will I show and what will I tell you about. And I came up with the idea of 5 B's, as I name them. One moment, okay. So, if we talking about teacher, about who actually, what exactly defines a teacher? Oh, nice, you are great. Yes, thank you for sending smile. Nice to see you. Okay. That's actually very great that you are happy at the beginning of the year, and I wish you all to stay happy at the end of the year. So come back to our B's and to teacher's personality. As I will show you as I see teachers. So let's go to these B's. As for me, I said, oh, sorry, what is happening? This is some words about me. Yeah, I actually have been teaching nearly 20 years, and I know that is always rewarding. I mean, teaching kids, primary students. So these B's, today we will talk about how to stay positive in any situation, how to be creative and what is creativity. I think that teachers should be generous, and what is generosity and how you can implement generosity in your class. We should stay digital, and we certainly have to know the latest updates in sphere of education, and be predictable. So let's start with positivity. By the way, oh no, sorry, I'm a little bit nervous. Positivity, I want to say that whatever class you have, online, offline, with any conditions, with any resources, we always should stay positive. And here are some tips how to stay positive nowadays. Let's see. The first point is set goals. First of all, for yourself. Certainly, we should set goals for yourself and for our students. Why? Because setting goals can keep you motivated and focused in your classroom. Set short goals and long-term goals. This will help you to see your and your students' progress, to keep you on track. Setting goals improves self-monitoring and performance and determination, and in various settings, including in classroom and at home maybe, or at your working place. It also helps your students to stay organized and enable them to see their progress more clearly. And so stay organized. Stay organized. It's the next next point for being positive. Ensure that you have all necessary supplies before, all necessary materials for your class before starting, and that you are ready for any upcoming assignments. This reduce stress and enhance your overall mindset. Use planner, calendar, use just notes. I have, for example, a big notebook where I write and everything that I have. And this will keep organized your students also, because you are an example of organization, if I can say so. And also we talk about primary students, about primary learners. They like a monkey, like a sponge. They take everything from you. Okay, next point which I want to talk about is take breaks. And engage in something enjoyable for a few minutes. For example, I have a colleague and if she need refresh or some challenging situation, she sharpened the pencils. She stepped back on her break and sharpened the pencil. Also helps. Maybe you need to take to went for a walk, or maybe drink hot tea or something else, but always take breaks for a few minutes. And the next point is practice mindfulness. So what does it mean? It's also some kind of break, but take a few minutes daily to focus on present moment, on what you have today, and let go of negative thoughts or stress. This helps you to remain calm and focused and better handle with challenging situation. Try mindful techniques, the simplest one, such as deep breathing or meditation, that will help you stay stable at present and focused on the situation. And certainly celebrate the success. If you or your students have achieved something small, do celebrate it. This can help you stay positive and motivated, and can also help you build confidence and self-esteem. Take time to reflect on your accomplishment and progress you have made, or maybe you students have made. So these points are appropriate for you as a teachers and for your students as well. The next point is, yes, positive emotions always create the best motivation. Thank you. Your emotions, the students experience, impressions. Our memory works like that we remember impressions. So give them your students positive impressions, and they will remember better. Next point is, next B, it is creativity. Yes, while you say writing hello and sending hello, give me some ideas how you imagine creative teacher. What is creativity in education? What should you do to be creative? How can you imagine this situation? When we're talking about creativity, maybe you may think that not all people are creative. Maybe you think that it is difficult, or maybe you think that you need a lot of supplies. So my idea, that is simple as a piece of cake. And I want you to demonstrate it, and I have prepared something for you. For example, this smile. It is easy. It's just a chopstick and a piece of colored paper. It can be a smile, or it can be a flower. Also, I've got such kind of flower. You can use it when you learn likes and dislikes. You can use it when you're asking your students, how are you today? Yes, you can use it in any situation. On your screen, you can see my first graders, my online lesson. Yes, we work on the course Imagine for Ukraine, and this is one of the lessons where we use these smiles. Also, I love very much colored pencils. I think they are usable in any situation. If we're talking about our mood or about our day to day, how are you today? I am red, for example. How are you? I am red, I'm angry, yes, or I am blue, I am sad, it's a sign of sadness. Or also, when we're talking about emotions, we also can use colored pencil in written forms. I like such technique when we learn letters. Red pencil, in my class, red pencil for vowels, and blue pencil is for consonants, for example. They can circle or write letters in different colors. In such way, we activate memories, and we activate all kinds of memorizing words, visual, hands, tactile, and so on and so forth. Means to generate ideas and yes. Yes, use colored pen. Also, you can use colors in some kind of silent way. Welcome. Oh, thank you. So I see my colleagues here. Thank you for supporting me. Okay, about colored pencils, you can make such kind of exercise. For example, you can use a silent way. Yes, we have such definition like a silent way. You take one structure. It can be the easiest one, but with different colors, different frames, and maybe this one. For example, here we have it, here we have he, and here we have she. Next, I've got my structure. Let it be can. And here I have words, actions. I can write, read, and so on and so forth. So why do I need colors? I say, for example, Ben, red, and Ben makes sentence with red circle. She can write. This is the simplest idea. It can vary certainly, but used colors, colored pencils in any way you can just imagine. Also, you can see. Oh, I'll go next. I think that I have forgotten something before this picture. This one. Give me some ideas about colored pencils. I have already told you. Give me some ideas about oranges and socks. Why are they here? What can we do? What can we do with socks on the lesson or during the lesson or with oranges? Do you have any ideas? By the way, I have a lemon today with me. And sure, I got a sock today. Okay. Okay, so let's go with the sock. Let's start. This sock can be a puppet. Unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, I haven't got pics from my lessons because it was very funny and students were just amazed. Teacher showed socks on the screen. Wow, what's this? But they all were engaged because it's something simple but unusual. We took socks and we took our felt tip pens and make a puppet toy. It is easy. You can do it right now with me if you want. I've got one eye, second eye, maybe some kind of mouth or nose. So I can repeat big eyes, small eyes, parts of the body, adjectives, funny, striped, colored, and something like that. About colors, what can be red? And your students name things that can be red, or red start with letter I. What else start with letter R? And so on and so forth. Something become for sorting toys by topic. Yes, that's right. When we talk about creativity, you can use anything that you have around you. Even if you have just pencil, you can use it for learning prepositions. For example, I've got online lesson. It is a little bit challenging, but I've got a pencil and I tell my students and show my students. For example, this pencil is in my hair or under my, under my chin, or behind the ear, or under my armpit, or on my head. Anything you want. Anything you can do. Lemon we can use in different way. It can be also anything. Potato, carrot, anything your students have at home or at the lesson. For example, what is it? It is a fruit. It is big. It is yellow. The construction it is, yes, the simplest way. Then you can make it more, I don't know, not difficult. Go higher and tell that this is a fruit. We can use it for, we make lemonade with it, or in any way you can imagine. Also working with young learners, I've got my two friends and my students all know about them. I'll show you. They are, one second, please. They are Ben and Sam, yes? They also help me clap, dance, make some breaks also during my lesson, but useful breaks. Even you got such things with you, you have got your hands. How can you use your hands when you're learning, for example, you're learning words? Yeah, colored socks are used to learn colors. Yes, also as well. For example, we have the title "Be Creative," and when we work with young learners, we can use our hands to count. Yes, that's right. In such way, a lowercase. So we have a line. Yes. But repetitive is not very suitable example. Let's take apple. Apple. You can ask your students, put your hands on your shoulder. When your hands are on your shoulder, it is the letter inside the line. If your letter goes down under the line, they just put their hands down. If the letter goes up the line, they just put their hands up and spell this word. For example, apple, A-P-P-L-E. It can be physical, yeah. It can be physical exercise, physical break, yes, yeah, like a music pose or something like that. So you revise the words with your students, spelling, but you also make them refreshed. Choose nice word to take your hands up, down, or just here. And it also works very good and shows good results. In such way, we keep our students engaged and motivated. These are the core key points, core points in teaching primary learners, but the older ones as well. So this is what I want to say about one more thing. When you use such kind of task, use just only one construction. So if it is socks and you talk about puppet, have got, has got, eyes, or something like that, don't mix up. It's up to you, certainly, and up to the level of your students, but start with the simplest. Use just only one structure for one exercise. Then you can, surely you can add something, but when they already aware of doing such kind of task. Because our task also teach young learners how to teach, yes, and make them safe. This is our next point, but still about creativity and about tasks. Next, what can we see here? Pencils, socks, puppets. It was a Halloween, and it's also child's hand, paper, sometimes just white paper, and still this chopstick. It can be not chopstick, it also can be just pencil. Trace, cut out, and make a face. Very easy, simple, and you do not need special equipment, supplies, or something like that. The next, I think, treasure, this is crosses and knots, or tic-tac-toe. You can also use this activity like back to school activity. Here you can see example of topic parts of the body, but you can put here, my crosses is not actually apples and bananas. I don't use crosses and knots. I use apples and bananas. You can use any you like, sun and cloud, I don't know, cat and dog, anything you can imagine. You can put the school because you want to refresh their knowledge about school, book, pencil, eraser, ruler. and you can give them a structure. It also depends on the level of your students. Second graders, fourth graders, or anything like that. You can ask them, make a question. You can divide them into teams. For example, apple team and banana team. It depends on how many students do you have in class. And you can use this exercise with the elder students, gives them the task. They make a step, and it can be, for example, present perfect. You can use plus, negative, and question. You can train present simple in such way, positive, negative, interrogative sentences, or just positive button, he, or action, or anything you like. This little part of activities that you can do with these simple items. So generous and generosity, this is next point. These things, little things, also show teach your students about generosity and show you as a generous teacher. This is also nice and I think essential question. Generosity. It's not used to be taught when, for example, I was a student, a primary student, but nowadays it is becoming more and more important to teach our students generosity. So what is generosity? It's not just an act of giving something, yes, some material things. It encompasses a broader sense of giving that includes sharing knowledge, supporting others, and fostering a culture of collaboration and empathy. Now, when generosity is present in educational environment, it creates a positive and inclusive atmosphere in your class. That encourage learning growth and personal development of our students. Teachers play a crucial role in modeling generosity to their students. By demonstrating act of kindness, empathy, and sharing, teaching can inspire students, our learners, to be generous toward others and share their experience, expertise, their knowledge. What in that way encompass the idea of lifelong learning. That is also very important. Make our students love learning, yes? To keep this idea of lifelong learning. When students are encouraged to be generous with their knowledge and experience, they become active participants in their own learning journey. Here you can see some tips how we can foster generosity in class. For sure, with young learners, with primary learners, it is sharing things, sharing supplies, rotate them. It's small notes, thank you notes for classmates, for parents, for teachers, for everything. I'm sure, certainly we have to read books and about generosity if you have possibility and have time for this. Certainly, we lead by example. As I have already said, we are examples to our students. So first of all, be generous with positive words, with positive emotions, with just a little smile to your students, and this will surely give you result. One of idea, I don't know how to show it to you, but you can use Google tables, Excel tables, Google tables, write your name of your students and put them smiles or maybe stars. Some kind of maybe challenge and something like that after the lesson. This table you can show to your parents. This table you can show to your class, to your students. And this will, the students can track success. You can track their success. Your parents, not your parents, parents of your students can track this success. You can make it visual. Say that he is great today, and that is nice, that is okay. Supportive atmosphere make students feel secure, yes, and this is one of their essential needs. Not nowadays especially, but not only nowadays, all over the time. This is essential thing to be safe. And being generous will help your students feel safe in the classroom. Online, offline, big class, small class, whatever class you have. And certainly give time. If you can see, I have found a little quote, even miracles take a little time. Maybe you have any ideas who said this phrase? Why I have chosen exactly this phrase? Also because we deal with young learners. We have to be patient. We have to give them chance, and we have to give them positivity, because all of this inspire them, encourage them to make new step in their life. And what is our next by the way, do you know who is it? Even miracles take a little time. I'll give you a moment. Cinderella, yes, not Sukhomlinsky. It was the godmother from Cinderella. The godmother said this word, even miracles take a little time, when they bring the Cinderella to the ball. Yes, this is a quote from a fairy tale, yes. Yes, that's right. You are right. Okay, next, digital. When we talk about digital and you have a lot of sites, a lot of features in Zoom, using comments, any others. But still emoji, it is always very useful, and you can use it with primary students. How do you think? What is this? Can you guess this? Can you guess? Can you guess? Yes, we have the right answer. It's a bear. Certainly, this is a bear. So you can make a puzzle using emoji. Yes. Here are some examples. So yes. use emojis for making puzzles. You can use them for making stories, or just simple, your summer holidays. Give me 2 or 3 emojis to describe your summer holidays. Also using emoji in variety of exercises using emojis, but still we're talking about little kids. They need simple decision, yes? Clear and simple instructions and decisions. You can make it like this. Online boards. You can see this is from Canva online board, and I did it with my 5th grade students at the end of the year. I find a template and give them, and we have a nice talk about summer wishes. You can do it the same, but not about summer wishes, about, for example, upcoming school year, about your summer that they had already. You can give some pics to them. Also back to school, or there are some, oh, monkey, yeah, that's right. Upcoming year, give some pics and give them structure. For example, it was or I did what I did. It was great, it was fantastic, fabulous, I swam, ran, and so on. But Canva online board, it's not very easy for, it is suitable, but not very easy for youngsters. For youngsters, I use, and I very like it very much, Zoom board. It is the simplest that can be. You do not need any, your students, you and your students don't need any registration. They automatically see this board on the screen, and they automatically see the tool board, tool panel. They can write, you can see example of mind map. By the way, it was for contest, for competition, winter in Ukraine, in what we took part. Here you can see the work of 4th graders. It was very easy, and my students were very excited. Just quickly, these online resources that are suitable for online classes and offline classes as well. You can make your own worksheet. Here you can see a range of exercises that are able on this resource. You just put your words, and automatically with a tap on the bottom, you have several exercises. If you need, you can print them. If you work online like me, I've got a great book. This is new feature on this site, and you can do these worksheets online, and your students can do it online. You do not need special registration or fee or pay for something. No, it's just free, and you can see a table, yes, assignment name, average in percentage, yes, certainly, and completion, what they have already done or not. It is suitable for online learning as well. It is for spelling worksheets usually I use, but here we have math and something else for mathematics, but I actually don't need this, so I don't know what is it. I use it just for my spelling. Here I'll show you some useful sites and resources. Storyline Online, I don't know, do you know about this site or not? This is a video out loud, and you can use it as listening practice, or maybe, I don't know, writing in some way practice. Kids, National Geographic, when go to this site, here you have examples of experiments. If you want something new, there you have some games and experience. The next my finding, it is phonics.com. Just adorable for little kids, short vowels, long vowels, they divided into lessons, and here you can practice it online. It is suitable for online lessons for very young learners and for online lessons. And the last one is fast. I usually use it for dictation. You've got a short piece of text, you listen it, and then you've got a dictation. Randomly, 5 sentences taken from this text randomly. They are separated. You listen the sentence and ask your student to write down this sentence. You can do it online, offline, as you like, but it stimulates their listening skills and check up their writing skills as well. And the sorry, not last, but I will be very quick. Predictable, to be predictable. What does it mean? In primary school, it means the structure. You have to have the same structure. Your students have to be aware about what they are going to do. It is repetitive structure, repetitive framework, clear instructions, and correct transition. And the last one is some ideas of back-to-school activities, 2 truths and 1 lie, time capsule, emoji. Again, we can see emoji, decoding the sentence or wish with the help of emoji. Using alphabet, just remember words for your alphabet. You can see flowers in the petals of the flower. They can write their impressions about the summer. Sorry for making your wait, but that is all. If you have ask.
So, there was one question in the chat box. Someone asked if a child doesn't enjoy creativity, all of those games and stuff. What do you suggest? What is your advice to do?
Try, still keep trying some activities. You have, this means that you haven't found the exactly right activity. What it can be, they always, young learners like do something. So engage them, give them remote control to write something, give them opportunity maybe to control his or her classmates. The first step is to involve these students. I know students that doesn't like singing or coloring. It's not about them. So we do not use this task, but we use another task. By the way, with exercise with the socks, was interesting for everyone. Just keep looking for exact exercise for exact for your students. This is what I'm talking about. Be generous, be patient, and be positive. Just find new way, try to find, because you know all your students better than me.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Pani Svetlana. It was a very deep but at the same time easy topic to listen to, because I think we all think that working with primary school it's mostly like games and so on, but even when it's just games, you still need to think very carefully, very deeply what to put into those games, how to present the material to students, and how to get the results that you actually want to get, and not just play games for the sake of playing games.
The most important thing, you always should think why you do this or that game, for what.
Yeah. Okay, thank you so much. If you have maybe any questions, you can put them in the chat box. Pani Svetlana will be able to answer those questions in the chat box. I think we will take like 2 or 3 minute break. Then we will greet our second speaker, Inna Skrypnik, who you all know and love very much so. And then I have a little surprise. So we will be adding some time to our conference. As much as we would like to stick to 2 hours, we can't. We as teachers like to talk a lot. So yeah, and it will be shown in your certificates. So you will receive the certificates with a little bit more credits in it. So don't be worried. We will elevate the number of hours, so to speak, in this certificate. Okay, so we will have 2 to 3 minutes for a break, and then we will be back. Okay, everyone, I'm back, and I'm very happy to welcome to our conference today Inna Skrypnik, who is a part of our authors that create new books for our students, not just for secondary school, as you may know, but also for primary school. And I think those who attended our conference back in March already are familiar with Pani Inna, and they know that she always gives the best presentations and she always shares her experience. And to be honest with you, I think your speech from the conference got the most comments in the comment box, and I'm okay, we are on today, so yeah. And today Pani Inna will share with us some advice about secondary school, and I think you will enjoy her speech just as much as you enjoyed her speech back in March. Okay,
Thank
the
you
floor
very
is
much.
yours.
Yes, thank you very much. Dear colleagues, I'm very happy to be here today and to have a floor to speak to you about something that I find to be very important at the beginning of the school year. So I'm going to talk about setting the tone for success and the influence of the teacher vitality on classroom achievement. But before starting talking, I would like to introduce myself a few words. So I have 16 years of dedicated experience. So I work with young learners, teenagers, and adults. I'm a SALTA qualified teacher. Also, I'm co-author of 4 textbooks for now. This year I created Майстерня англійської, which is a platform on Telegram and TikTok. And I have a motto, which you can see here, that dreams don't work unless you do. And the agenda will be very simple. First, we'll talk about a successful teacher, then what it means to be a teacher, my personal case, solution, and some time for questions if you have any, and me to answer them. So first of all, what it means to be a successful teacher. Back in time in 2022, in 2020, when I worked in Kyiv, before the war started, the work placement where I was working gave us wonderful t-shirts and hoodies with the motto, "Teaching is my superpower." And you know what? When I put this sweater on, I always felt like a superhero. Because to tell the truth, the teachers, they are superheroes because we don't only teach, we create the environment where the students, they learn and grow. And to create this environment, you need to have positive, welcoming, and engagement atmosphere, which is not very easy. Because you don't only teach again, you need to inspire, motivate, support your student, and actually you act like Oprah in this little video. Yes, and sometimes you're not Oprah, sometimes you work like a clown to show all the notions, to engage the students, to make them learn. And the moment when they learn and when you see the sparkle in their eyes of understanding, you feel like you are a superstar, like you are a rock star on a stage and everything goes so well. And it seems that a teacher and a rock star, these are people from totally different worlds, but I must say that we have so many things in common because we have audience engagement. You have your audience, you put your passion and you put all your energy into what you do. You have lasting impact, you influence, you do it every day, so you have consistency and you put your soul into what you do, so this is dedication. So in both roles, successful teacher and a rock star, we talk about the ability to inspire, engage, and leave a lasting impression. As the previous speaker said, Світлани Бондаренко, thank you very much for very nice words, that everything that brings emotion to the classroom, it stays forever. So this is lasting impression that you got after a cool rock concert and after a cool English lesson. And here I'd like to show you some pictures from my experience from 2020, 2022, where I was trying my best to be a successful teacher. You can see that I was working with adult groups, I was working with kids. When the COVID started, we started shooting videos to make students learn during the COVID time when everyone stayed at home. When the war started, we kept teaching students via Zoom and all the possible platforms. So we tried our best. I'm not talking only about myself, but I do believe that every teacher who is present here did the same. We tried our best to have the fruitful lesson. And you have this basket which you bring to your lesson. So one apple represents motivation. You motivate your students. You want them to see the beauty of the language and to learn it. You inspire them, you support them if they don't know something. So basically you have these like 3 apples in your basket which you share. Sometimes in your basket some bananas get into your basket because students, they may go bananas. So in this case, you're not just educator, you're behavioral management. Yes, so you manage your class and you have this fruitful lesson every single lesson. Sometimes it happens that you have 3, 5, 7 lessons in a row, and all the time you need to bring this wonderful basket of full oceans. And I would like you to look at this, what I meant that time, successful teacher. You can see the group of students. I was lucky to work with small groups, but I had a lot of them. I was trying to make a real lesson, to sparkle with emotions. I brought native speakers, and I did a lot, which actually I believe every one of you do. But I would like you to look closer at this person. Look at your eyes. What can you see there? So, what can you see there? Looking at this person. Is this a happy person? What do you think? Happiness, joy. That means that I was a pretty good actress then. Because what I can see in these eyes, I can see that my basket is empty. Actually, that was February 2022, the beginning of February, and I was exhausted. I put this, I put this picture on my face, trying to bring positive emotions into the lessons, but that time I was working full time. I had 10 private students. I had no days off, because we want to help every student to learn. And when you come home after work, you have your family there, so you still have a role of mom and doing your job. So what it came, I had a teacher's burnout, which I didn't that time I didn't notice. But when I learned about it, I understood that constant tiredness, what it means. You go to sleep and you wake up in the morning, you are already tired. I think you may have this kind of feeling if you have a lot of work. You lose passion, so you go to work, you do your job, but you don't feel this school excitement as you usually have in September or October, but May, March, February, when it is gloomy weather outside, you don't feel this excitement. You can get frustrated or annoyed very easily. You struggle with lesson planning. If we talk about the teacher who is full of energy during September, it takes you 15-20 minutes to make the lesson plan, or up to 1 hour to create something wonderful, to make some props. But when you are tired, it's so hard to be creative. As Svetlana said, that we need to be creative, but it's so hard when you are tired. Your body says that you need rest. You can have headaches, stomach aches, or tension. In general, you feel hopeless. And sometimes if you feel hopeless, you have this negative attitude towards the world outside. You can neglect yourself. So I'm not putting makeup today. Everything gonna be all right. I look beautiful like this. You think like this, but when it comes to this kind of yes, about the teaching, is it stressful? No. Why you think so? I'm only 39, as a lady on this picture. So when I understood that something goes wrong, I came to the solution, and it was interesting that it came during the lesson when we were talking with the students who were, I think, 14-15 years old, about mind and body. And there was a quote there: "An apple a day keeps a doctor away." So what kind of apple is this? If we talk about the energy of a teacher, when we have this fruitful lesson with full basket of motivation, inspiration, and support, don't forget that you need to have at least one apple for yourself. What it means to have one apple for yourself? Don't forget about self-care. Make sure that you have time to recharge, to take care of yourself. In this case, this apple, this time for yourself will make you more energetic, more helpful, and you won't have this burnout. So basically, what we think, what is common vision of what is productivity? We all believe that productive, successful teacher is a teacher who works hard, works a lot, have lots of students, lots of lessons, planning, taking part in conferences, making all these wonderful props to sparkle during the lesson. But actually what it is, hard work, it is in this circle, but also you need to have time for yourself. So what kind of steps you can take not to have these things? So set boundaries. What it means to set boundaries? What do you think? Please write in the chat board. What does it mean to set boundaries? Yeah, I agree with the person. If you're pleased with your results, you look happy anyway. You do if you see the result, but still, if it takes too much effort all the time, 9 months in a row, you won't see this happiness. So what it means to set boundaries? Work time and rest time. Yes, I totally agree with this. So to set boundaries, not to overload yourself. Thank you. That's what I mean. So please set boundaries. Keep, Svetlana was also telling about, so keep the diary, keep your notice, your timetable. So so this is time for me to eat. This is time for me to have the lesson, and this day is my day off. So I don't put any of my lessons, even if a private student asks me, but I also have to care about myself. Yes, limit, take care of your mental health. Prioritize sleep. Because of these gadgets, because of telephones and smartphones, and because of too much information going all around, we keep track of all the news and all this time, and we also want to watch something cool, and we forgot to sleep. So please, sleep is essential. Healthy eating, regular exercise, taking breaks. That's also what Svetlana was talking about. So don't forget to have time for yourself between the lessons. Stay connected. And this is interesting, to stay connected, what it means to stay connected. How do you understand this phrase? I need to stay connected. Connect with the outer world. What is this? Please write in the chat bot. So what it means to stay connected. Communicate. Thank you, Oksana. That's correct. So usually we work with the environment of other teachers. Be on tune, yes, have the same vibe. So you work in a school or you work in your private class, but you still have people around. Socialize with them. So that's what I can see in the chat box. So socialize with other people. You can talk about work, you can talk about your hobbies and free time, but stay connected with outer world. Practice mindfulness, engage in hobbies, seek professional support, and we are lucky here to work with Lingvist. If you need professional support, you always can get connected with professionals who can help you to choose the good book, grammar book, textbook, whatever, and give lots of support. So, and celebrate small wins. The problem with the teachers are that we always see the mistakes of our students, the mistakes of ourselves, and we keep thinking and repeating, oh my God, I made a mistake here. It can be, I don't know, a kind of mistake. I took the yellow paper and I wanted to make a blue sky, for example. But I don't have blue right now. And you keep thinking and thinking about this. But please think about in the evening when you go to sleep, think about something good would happen to you. Think about what worked well and notice this. Good. And if to talk about techniques that I used, so when you use these techniques, you are full of energy. And when your students see that the teacher is smiling, the teacher is engaging, so you will become someone's favorite teacher, that's for sure. And when they say that, and that's a real word. And if to talk about myself, when I noticed that I have this burnout, I first thing what I did, I set boundaries. I have my timetable for all activities. Interestingly, that first I put only the activities for work, like private student, group lesson, something like this. But then I understood that I don't have time for some hobbies or something like this. So actually, I put this into my timetable. Prioritize sleep. I won't say that I always go to sleep at 11 p.m., but I do try to do that. And for ladies who are present here, Anita Lutsenko says that if you go to sleep around 11 p.m., the hormones of beauty come to work at night, so you look more rested and beautiful. So that's a nice thing to know if you have a choice to scroll your telephone or to go to sleep. So if you want to wake up being fresh and beautiful, so please go to sleep. Healthy eating, I'm trying my best. Regular exercise. What I have found that I can fit this regular exercise with a time which I spent with my family. So basically I have found some exercises where I can go with my daughter, and that's a nice mom and daughter time, and talking about taking breaks. So now I always put breaks between my lessons, and I don't plan the lessons between them. So try to go outside, or at least to look out of the window, to talk to your colleagues, but rest during your break. I think you have time for preparing the lessons, so you put everything aside and you go to live your teeny tiny piece of life. Practice mindfulness. I think that for Ukrainians, that becomes a trend right now. But I understood that sometimes personally, I need help when I'm overloaded with emotions. That's why I work with a coach, I start meditation, and I understood that to feel your feelings, that's okay. Yes, but you need to have your personal time and your personal space to do that. And to have your personal space, you need to set boundaries. Engage in hobbies, reading, visiting concerts, plays, trying new things. There are a lot of things to do, even if you don't live in a city like Kyiv or something. Right now, I'm staying in Ostrov, which is teeny tiny town with only 12,000 inhabitants, and we're still trying to find some interesting things. And very important thing, which I was afraid to do, first of all, it's ask for help if you need any. For example, if you struggle with making a good lesson plan, it's not a shame to give a call to your colleague, to talk to your colleague. It doesn't mean that you are not professional. It means that you are developing and notice it as a winning point. So great, I had a drawback here, but now I know. And because all things are changing all the time, it's impossible to be on track of everything. It's okay not to know something, but it's not okay not to seek for solution and not to seek for the answers. It's not only about the teaching career, but if you need help in your daily routine, please do ask for help. For example, I understood that it's hard for me to be mom of two, so I found a babysitter for 2 hours, and I have these 2 hours with my older child, and my younger child is also spending cool time with a nanny, and then we come back and all are happy. So it's okay to ask for help. It's not okay to overload yourself and slowly losing your energy and having burnout. So when actually I work out all of these things, it resulted in these things. So I had time, I had energy to work, to have extra work with Lingvist, except for studying, for teaching. I also had ideas for creating Майстерня англійської, which is a TikTok channel and Telegram channel. And I'm celebrating this little success, even though I don't have a lot of, I have 400 people in my Telegram. It's not what seems to be success nowadays, but for me, it's like 400 people are reading and wants to learn with me. And that's nice. But was it easy? The thing is, it may seem very cool on the screen, but it is so frightening to start talking on public. It's so frightening to make a mistake on public or something like this. It's you think, oh, if it doesn't work, or I make a mistake or something, or people won't like my lesson. But then I have found this interesting phrase: fear does not prevent you from bad, it prevents you from good. So if you are afraid of doing something, don't think about the negative outcome. Think, what if it works? What things you will get if it works? if your class will be this way, if you try this new technique or new book and your students will cope with this. And I think this one of the best quotes that I have read in my life, and right now I do follow it. And what kind of result it came? We do know what kind of situation we live through. There is a war happening around, and you know the salary of the teachers that we cannot donate as much as we want. So I thought, what can I do? I have free Saturday. What can I do to raise money? And actually, I came to the idea to organize the charity masterclass for students. In my town, I talked to the librarians, and we actually had this happening in the local library. And that was a win-win situation because students came being happy, and they felt the support there. And also we donated money for our army, and I hope that this month, like we had like 3,000 hryvnias there, that they were a teeny tiny drop in the ocean of donations, and our army, our men, they were protected that time. And it is scary to talk to you right now, but it's a little success of me, so I try to go on stage to talk to people, still keeping teaching my private students to have speaking clubs, to have TikTok. And what I want to tell you, that if you have energy and inspiration, please do what you want. If you have this passion to create something, please do create. Maybe someone is waiting for your product. Maybe someone is waiting for your lesson. There are thousands of lessons in Instagram, but someone is looking for you as a teacher. So what I want to say, that a successful teacher is someone who has enough energy to enjoy school life and your personal life. By taking care of yourself, you can inspire your students, because they also need to know how to take care of themselves. And when you have this vibe, when you're full of energy, you have lots of ideas, you can create this positive classroom environment, which is crucial for learning and growing of our young generation. And a positive classroom atmosphere is one where students, they feel safe to be themselves. If you are showing a good example, they are relaxed and safe. They are respected there, and they are motivated to learn in this case. So they have their own basket full of positive emotions, and you have your own basket full of positive emotions. And in this case, you have this positive classroom atmosphere. And again, the key components of every classroom is clear expectations. That's what we talk about our students, that they need to know the rules, they need to know their schedule. But do you know your own rules? Do you have your personal schedule? Do you follow your personal schedule? Do you have time for yourself? So please have clear expectations for your students and also for yourself. Consistent routine. So if you follow the consistent routine, it will be easier for you to live through the day without any drawbacks and the unnecessary stuff or things that you don't want to see in your life. Positive reinforcement. We usually, with the youngsters, we give stickers, we give suns, we send lots of emojis and hearts. With students 12, 15 years old, we talk about how cool they are. We have these things telling them you are the best, you can do it, and blah blah blah. But what about yourself? Do you notice positive things in your life? Do you say that you are cool today, that you have done something great today? And sense of community, which I believe right now we need to be organized as a nation, and also teeny tiny communities in your school. And so go and talk to other people, and then you will have your basket always full of your apples, and you will always have a fruitful lesson. So this one is very typical emoji. Teacher at the beginning of the year and teachers at the end of the school year. So I want you to live through the year like an owl number one. So if you plan everything and you follow some of these tips, I do believe that you will have a nice school year. Because please remember that you work to live your life, but not live just to work. And what I want to say that you need to be nice, not only to other people, but be nice to yourself. And it will get you into some tremendous results. And as the last thing to do, I would like all of you to touch your chin. Now, please put your chin down and say that I am ready for the school year. Can you say it, please, with your chin down? I'm ready for the school year. Do you believe yourself? I think no. But now please put your chin up and say the same. I'm ready for the school year. I'm ready for the school year. And how does it feel? How do you feel right now with your chin up? You feel lots of energy, yeah? You feel energetic and happy. You feel cool. You feel like a rock star. So please, this is my message for you. Never put your chin down. Always have it up. So keep your chin up to live through this school year, and I believe that it's gonna be a great one. So if you want to join me in Instagram, you can find this information. Also, I will be happy if you join in Telegram in майстерня англійської. This is the site which this is a community of people with A1, B1 English level. So if you need some inspiration, you are allowed to use my materials there, maybe to post for your students and stuff like this. And thank you very much. That's my message for today. Please live your life also, not only at school, but outside the classroom. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Inna. Thank you very much for such inspiring and uplifting speech today. And I think a lot of us encountered this problem, situation. Yeah, not a problem, but a situation, sorry, when you try so hard to be prepared for the school year, but you are so busy with other things, and being ready is a different term for everyone. And like, hey, I feel ready, but I'm not really ready. And how can you feel ready but not be ready? Like, it's a thing for teachers. It's sometimes
yes, I think that's why they always have wonderful linguists which can help them. So if they feel they need extra help, wonderful professionals will help you. So the main thing is to feel this feeling inside your soul, and not to be afraid to look for the answers. Yes, that's the main thing. So we teach our students to look for the answers. Please do the same.
Yes. So don't be afraid to ask for help, and don't stray away from helping your colleagues when they need your help, because you never know how the situation can turn, for better or for worse. Okay. Thank you, Inna. Thank you so much for being here with us today, for inspiring us for the new school year. Again, we will take a quick break, up to 5 minutes, and then we will be having our last speech.
time. No, I don't wanna waste my time. No, no, I don't wanna waste my time. Days without water, lonesome sorrow. We cry over and what I feel. wind on my face.
Okay, I think we can start, yeah, with our last part, with our last speech for today. Okay, let me share the screen. Okay, so I think a lot of you already work with high school students. Yeah. Hello again. Yeah. Hi everyone. I will try to be as quick as I can be while still maintaining the topic. Okay. So. And working not just with high school students, but also working with secondary students, it's sometimes hard to plan for every situation that can happen. Yeah. So today I'm only tunneling my vision onto the high school, but you of course can use these tips, my advice from this speech for secondary school, of course, but remember to keep the level of your students in mind. Yeah. Okay. So I quickly will show you a little bit about myself. You already know all about myself that I usually share on our webinars. So I won't be repeating myself, but I know how hard it is to work with different students, not just in age, but when it comes to difference in their knowledge level. And yeah, if you need any answers to your questions, feel free to contact me by my mobile phone. You can call me, you can text me in Viber, in Telegram. You can also write me an email if you want to. Send it to my email address. And of course, keep track. Yeah, plan A, B, and C. Yes, I agree with you. And please don't forget about our Facebook page where we post all of our latest news, so to speak, and all of the newest information about what's coming, what's already out, and so on and so on. So, about the certificates. On August 22nd, yeah, which is Thursday, you will receive an email. As usual, you need to fill out the form, find your certificate in the folder, and download it. So this one is just an example. So you will receive the certificate with the name of our back to school conference with appropriate amount of hours. I just chose this one as an example. Okay, so we will discuss, yeah, what is actually a mixed ability class, what are some of the common problems that the mixed ability classes come to work with, and I will share some tips, some advice for planning work with your mixed ability classes. Yeah. So first of all, the mixed ability class, the definition that is given by the British Council is that mixed ability is used in ELT and it usually refers to the differences that exist in a group or in a class in terms of different levels of language proficiency. And that language proficiency, so to say, can be different for everybody, yeah, because we know that a crucial part of language proficiency is knowing grammar, is knowing vocabulary, is knowing a lot of things, yeah, and maybe a student knows a lot of words, but when they try to combine it into a sentence, that sentence sounds not as good. Okay. So let's look at some mixed ability factors in class that may influence the level of your students. First of all, it's multiple intelligences. We know that children nowadays, and even before that, have different types of intelligences. So some are more artistic, some are more specific things. So for example, some students are very good at math. Some students are very good at English or at languages in general, Some students are very good at painting, at singing and dancing. And that's the simplest example of children having multiple intelligences, right? And let's not make it complicated, We always need to explain things as easily as we can, so it is understandable for everyone. Next, we have language levels. Again, it all depends on the previous experience that our students have. So some students may easily remember, learn grammar, vocabulary, how to create sentences, how to create stories, and so on. Some students may find it easy to write sentences and stories, but not so easy to speak them out loud, And again, some students might know the words, but not able to put them together in a sentence. And that's, again, a certain level of language knowledge, Next, we have learner autonomy. So I guess this aspect of mixed ability is still more into the unknown territory, going into the unknown territory. Why? So we know that autonomy is basically the ability for a person, a child, a teenager, an adult, to do things by themselves. And when we talk about learner autonomy, we mean that it's the ability of our student, to learn something. Again, that learner autonomy, depends on on many different factors, on the child's character, on the parenting style that the parents had, or maybe depending on the previous learning experience that the student has. Usually we say that a child needs to want to learn. I chose to use this phrasing of my sentence, but we usually say, when a child wants to learn, he or she will learn something. But if a child doesn't want to learn, there's nothing you can do to persuade the child to learn something, And that's basically the easiest way to explain learner autonomy. Why do I say autonomy? Autonomy, sorry. Okay. Of course, cultural background. So we already know that for some cultures, it's more common, especially not Asian, but Saudi Arabia and some of the countries that have very strict cultural backgrounds, it's more common for boys to study at school. For girls, not so much. It's changing bit by bit, but it is what it is, Maybe for some cultures, it's an important factor, for a child to have a high level of knowledge, and if he or she doesn't, then they receive some criticism, they receive some backlash, or something like that. For some cultures, it's completely normal not to have a higher education and not to be a professional, so to speak, not to receive a diploma or something like that. So it totally sometimes depends on the culture and customs that our student comes from. Next, we have orientation towards an average student in a curriculum. So usually we as teachers actually do orient towards that model student that that exists, yeah, in every classroom. So we have those students that we know that maybe not doesn't know everything, but he knows the language pretty well, and if nobody can answer our question, yeah, we go to that student. But with over time, other students just remember this first choice of yours, so to speak, yeah, and they just kick back and relax, and they think, oh, the teacher will ask Peter or Mary or whoever is their favorite, yeah, or whoever is the wisest, and it's fine. I will be okay. I don't need to prepare something. I'm fine. And not to say that this orientation is bad, but in some instances, it creates situations where our students relax too much, and they don't take our advice, our words seriously when it comes to us not making threats, but us telling them that they need to keep up with their studies, when they need to work on their skills, and so on and so on. Of course, maturity and age makes a difference. So we shouldn't, how do I say this? We shouldn't mix together maturity and age, because sometimes a person can be very much mature despite their young age. Yeah, and there are some very wise people who say that women mature more quickly, while men like to be babied or something like that. I think it depends on the situation, because maturity is completely dependent on the previous experiences that a child, a person, whichever age he or she may be, is, yeah, at a certain time, at a certain event. And of course, those experiences give a result, yeah, in some way. And of course, learning styles. So again, different children have different learning styles, just as any teacher has their own teaching style, yeah? So for someone, they will just tell the children the rules and how to work with the rules, and so on and so on, yeah? Someone try more creative approaches, and so on and so on. So all of this creates the mixed ability situation in your classroom. Maybe not all of them, maybe just some of them, but believe it or not, they influence our students. Maybe a little bit of everything, but more often than not, you have 2-3 main ones that gave the most influence on your students. So as a teacher, yeah, what should I do? What should you do when you plan to work with a mixed ability classroom? And when you are preparing yourself for the work in such a classroom. So let's look at a few examples and what we can do. So half of the students have finished an exercise. I think you will relate to this, but the other half only just began, yeah, doing the exercise. So what we can do? So have that half of the students who already finished an exercise help others, yeah, who are still struggling, so to speak. And you, of course, can plan this when you are preparing for the lesson. Yeah, so you know that, oh, I have 3 students who finish exercises fast, and they have a decent level of knowledge, and I can use them as my helpers to explain how the exercise works to others. Okay, have your students who finish faster, have them write some of their answers on the board. but you can have them write those answers not according to the numbers, yeah, so not to write 1 and the correct answer 2, 3 and the correct answers after the number. You can have them write the correct answers on the board in a random order, and the weaker students need to use this basically to this шпаргалка, yeah, to finish their exercise. So they have the correct answers, but they need to make connections, yeah, to find the correct answer for the question. Okay, you can also have your students do an additional task. So I know that it's not easy to prepare additional tasks for your students, but with the right resources, you will be able to do so, I promise. I will share with you some of my secrets. And of course, you can delegate tasks for those students, yeah, so have them do something for you, like maybe erase the board or maybe help sort the homework or something like that, yeah. So there's always little tasks around the classroom that your students can do. And of course, one of the most important things, plan the difficulty of your questions. So that's exactly why there's an option about having your students do an additional task. Yeah. So give your students some practice activities which have a certain range of difficulty. Yeah. That can go from easy to hard depending on what you add to that exercise. Of course, you put the easiest ones in the beginning and the difficult ones in the end. Yeah, and they can go like from the first step to the second to the third and to the fourth and so on and so on. Yeah, of course, stop the activity when the lowest students have finished the easy questions that you especially prepared for them. Yeah, that you chosen for them. Call on the weaker students for the first few answers, yeah, so don't choose the smartest ones or the quicker ones, but choose some of the weaker students and have them show the answers, yeah, to the questions. Okay, so again, a similar situation, yeah, 6 of your students are fairly fluent and all sit in the front. Yeah, so let's imagine that you have a small classroom, or maybe if your classroom can be divided into groups, yeah, for English lessons. 10 of the students, aside from those 6, yeah, are very low and like to hide in the back, very low in terms of their level of knowledge, yeah, and you want to do some student-centered activities in groups, but you're not very sure of the best way how to do this, yeah, with very different levels of your students present. So I have 2 options here for you, what you can do. So first one, yeah, put your students in groups so that there is a balance of strong and weak students within each group. And the advantage to this sitting position, so to speak, is that the strongest students or the stronger students can support the weaker ones. Yeah, they can help them. Or you can put students in a completely opposite way. Yeah, so put your students in groups of all strong students and all weak students. The advantage of this one will be that the students will be feeling more comfortable working on the same level with their classmates, yeah? So they won't feel pressured about working with someone who is smarter than them, yeah, or knows things more than them. And that way you are not having this psychological pressure on your students, yeah? So you can, of course, mix and match these 2 things, these 2 situations, options, and of course, don't use it every day or every lesson, do it every other lesson, and your students will know that, yeah, for certain tasks you need to be divided into groups, and they will remember, they will know who is in which group, and that will make it a little bit easier. Remember, we can set up a routine for our students, and when they get into the groove of that routine, it makes things so much easier. Okay, so the same few students, yeah, answer nearly every question you ask in a large group. You do group work to make sure others get a chance to practice speaking, but you want to start hearing new voices in the large group. So you can use wait time. So even after the students start raising their hands, yeah, even the ones who usually answer the first, prepare quieter students to be called on, yeah, so tell them, okay, so today we will start with these people, yeah, and you can name them by their names, or you can tell them, yeah, you can warn them on the previous lesson, yeah, you can tell them, so remember, so on the next lesson, I will be asking you and you and you. Okay, allow time for prepared participation. Yeah, so give your students some time to gather their thoughts, to think about their answers. So not just jump into things without thinking. Resist the temptation to move closer when a student is too quiet. Yeah, our first reflex when someone is speaking quietly is to approach that person, yeah, because we can't hear what they are saying. And sometimes it's fine, but more often than not, it scares your students and they go silent completely. So you already know your classroom, you already know your students, so use that knowledge wisely when it comes to working with your quieter students. And call on students in a variety of ways. So you can use, for example, word wall, and we have this game on it, which is called roulette, if I remember correctly. And in that roulette, you can put in your students' names, and you can spin it, and you can choose who is answering, yeah? Or you can have your students decorate popsicle sticks, or I don't know, anything else, and put their names on it, and you draw the name of the one who is answering from the popsicle sticks or from any other, yeah, or maybe they created their name cards, and you draw the name cards from a pouch, or maybe from a special box where you keep it all. There's lots of different ways to do so, yeah? Okay, so you are halfway through the term and students are getting tired, yeah? Yeah, randomizing wheel too. Yeah, that's a good one too. So yeah, your students are getting tired, and so are you, yeah? And whenever you try to do one thing for too long, your students inevitably, yeah, check out, so to say. And it can result in a low energy or disruptive behavior from your students, yeah? So they make lots of noise, they are not working with the exercise, they are just like doing whatever they want, right? And so how to work with this situation? Of course, plan your lessons, yeah, in variety. So vary your approach to your students and to the tasks that you give them. And for example, we have a question, yeah, do you like learning new languages? How can we work with this question? So we can start, for example, with a listening task. We can listen to a few people who answer this question, yeah, an example, and explain why. So for example, they say, yes, I like learning new languages, and then they give an explanation why, yeah, they give the reasons. Or, for example, they say no, and again, they also give you the reasons, not you, but your students who are listening. And your students can use that as a good example to prepare their answers to the question, yeah? Of course, you can do it as a writing task. So have your students write in their notebooks the reasons why it's interesting to learn new languages or why it's boring, or why they can be interested in learning new languages or if they can't, and so on and so on. You can, your students can work in pairs, yeah, share their thoughts, their ideas, and you can also use the 4 corners activity. Classroom management, of course. So you can use the volumes. So for example, you can use some audio resources. You can add different sounds to your classroom activities. Of course, it's board work. Yeah, so putting some pictures on the board, putting some, I don't know, words, yeah, printed on pieces of paper, or putting just some information up on the board, yeah, that will keep your students interested. It's of course eye contact, yeah, it's confidence coming from the teacher, and of course it's the ability to deal with unexpected situations such as low energy, where your students may fall asleep without even realizing it, yeah, or when your students are showing signs of disruptive behavior, when they are not listening to you, they will listen to themselves or to their friends, yeah, to their classmates. And of course, don't forget to use your students' interests, yeah, when it comes to working with the lessons and with the topics, yeah, from on the lesson. So arouse your students' curiosity by choosing some aspects of the topic that you are working with in a different light. Yeah, so asking some probing questions, making, creating like a thinking situation. Yeah, what do you think would happen if? Ask meaningful questions. So maybe for you they are not meaningful, yeah, but they are meaningful for your students. Relate to your students' lives, and of course relate to your life. So we have our own situations, our own experiences in life, and of course we can use that experience to work with our students, yeah, because when we are more approachable, are more relatable to our students, it makes life so much easier in the classroom. And of course involve as many people as possible, yeah, in your classroom by using different team games, by using different group activities, and so on and so on. So I will show you quickly how you can use, for example, pages from Prepare for School Exams, grade 10. I will show you right here. Yeah, so for example, we have a vocabulary section and we have phrasal verbs about education. And your students need to do the quiz. Yeah, so they need to answer the questions. The quiz is right here. And when they answer the questions, so one of your students can read the questions and the options, yeah, and others track down their answers on their answer sheets or in their notebooks. And again, when they finish, yeah, so one of the students is reading the questions and the options out loud, and then when all of the students have answered the question, we can go to the results, yeah, because of course we have the results, so they each check their sum of points that they received, yeah, for each answer together, and the results can be read by someone else, yeah. So you already involved like 3 people, yeah, so someone may be reading the questions, someone else may be reading the options, and the third person is reading the results, so to speak, yeah. Next, we can move on from this to exercise 3. So they, your students have seen, have heard, have read some of the phrasal verbs in the quiz. Yeah, and they, once again, one student, or they can go волонтюшку. Yes, I will use a Ukrainian term, so they can go one after the other, and they can read the meanings, yeah, and others try to match the meaning with the phrasal verb, yeah. So, for example, remain while others leave, yeah, and someone will say, stay behind. Okay, the next person saying, do an activity with others. And again, someone will say, join in, and so on and so on. So it doesn't need to be just one person who reads all of the things, yeah? So, and a few tips for success, so to speak, yeah? So group your students according to the ability level. More often than not, we do exactly that. Yeah? So putting your students into groups is very important, especially when it comes to mixed ability class. And remember that your content should be just a little bit more difficult than what your students are comfortable with. So that way, they are more motivated, so to speak, to do something, yeah, because when it's way too easy to work with, after some time your students lose the interest in what they are doing, and it's like, why should I try so hard, yeah, when the result will remain the same. And of course, keep in mind when you give out the tasks for your students, keep in mind the level of knowledge of each group, yeah? Expect different levels of performance from different levels of your students. So it ties to the previous tip, yeah? So while your students are in these even level groups, it's okay to expect a little bit more, yeah, from your advanced students. You should feel free and even encouraged to set them more difficult assignments after they're finished with the easier ones. And yeah, your students will be able to handle it because they know that they can do it. They will be more motivated to do so. And rather than feeling punished by getting harder tasks, yeah, more difficult tasks, they will likely be happy to have the challenge in front of them. Peer in opposition to ability level. So again, yeah, we have divided our students into groups depending on their level of ability, but it's not always useful to keep them in those same groups all the time, yeah? So change it up from time to time, and it's easy to fall into the trap, so to speak, yeah, of doing everything the same, but change it up a little bit, yeah? So don't like go just for doing everything different for the different skill levels of your students, because then you will have 3, maybe 4 groups of, you will have 3 or 4 smaller classes in one classroom, and you will be trying to do the devil's work. Yeah, you will be running around, and you will be trying to do too much, and you won't get a result that you expect to get. Okay. Encourage a helpful atmosphere. Yeah, so create a mindset for your students. Yeah, try to create a mindset for your students that when they are in your classroom, it's normal to make mistakes. Yeah, it's normal to improve over time, and when your students understand that they are in this together, in this means in working on something together, not just with their classmates, but also with you, it means that each assignment, be it a daily one or a long-term group project, they will be able to do it without that much problems. And students who are helpful, yeah, and friendly towards their classmates, they feel happier, yeah, while doing some things together with their classmates. And it also creates a more healthy atmosphere in the classroom, which makes learning and teaching in general in the classroom easier. Allow first language to be spoken. As much as we would like to avoid this, yeah, it's very hard to avoid using a native tongue, be it Ukrainian or maybe any other, when your students are learning a foreign language. And sometimes it's easier to allow the usage of the first language in your classroom when it helps your students in accomplishing their goals, yeah, their tasks. And sometimes they need to speak their native tongue to understand and to come up with ideas about what they want to say in the language that they are learning, yeah? And tailor content to students' interest when possible. Yeah, so usually we are talking about personalizing materials that our students work with as something very, very hard. But it doesn't mean that we need to prepare some new topics, some new information for each student in our classroom. It means that you can change up the tasks just a little bit to make it more relatable for your students. That's all. And of course, the more you bring topics that are interesting for your students, the more they will be interested in discussing those topics, yeah, and in actually doing things that will help them find some new ideas, some new thoughts about particular topics. Break your class into mini classes. So it doesn't mean that you need to have, as we mentioned before, yeah, 3 different level classes in one classroom and run around from one to another, yeah? So just because one group, one classroom, yeah, is sitting in one room, it doesn't mean that they are that much different. And of course, we have talked about personalizing the materials, yeah? And especially it is very useful in mixed ability classrooms when your students have time to work in their own pace on something. So for example, they have a project, yeah, that they need to present next week. And they have 3 English lessons during the week. So they have 3 hours in the classroom to prepare for that project. But it doesn't mean, yeah, that their preparation stops after they leave the classroom. They continue to work on the project, yeah, and they all will be in various stages of that preparation. I'm using this just as an example, yeah, and one group in your classroom will need your help about shaping the main topic of their project, yeah, while the other group may need help about some more creative ideas on how to present that topic to others, yeah. So it's normal for students to have a different level of readiness, but it doesn't mean that you need to make sure that they are all on the same level, because I think you will agree with me that it's not possible to do so. And make yourself available for one-on-one help, be it during your office hours, so to speak, yeah, or when you are at school and when you have lessons, or be it after school, or maybe even before school, you have met your student on the way to school, and he or she is asking you a question, yeah, and if your student knows that he or she is able to come to you and ask you questions, It makes your relationship that much easier. Yeah, and of course, that way you can use those connections, yeah, to bring your students who have a lower level of knowledge up to speed more to the topic that you are working on, yeah, or maybe even challenge some of the smarter students to do even better things, yeah, in the classroom. Or more often than not, we are hesitant about putting those extra hours into working, yeah, into personalizing things and trying to make something more interesting. But in the end, it makes things more rewarding when you're working in the classroom. And while you have created this variety for yourself, it doesn't mean that you can only use it this year. You can use it next year and the year after that, yeah? So it's not just one use for the materials. It's a use for a lot of the time. You can have a lot of uses, yeah, from just one material. Again, thank you. I was very quick, to say the least, today. So, again, thank you all so much for being here today with us. Thank you for coming to our conference, our back to school conference. Please attend our publications back to school conference, our Cambridge back to school conference, our National Geographic Learning back to school conference, and enjoy your experiences with us. We will be happy to listen to your feedback. And yeah, thank you for being here today with me, with us. And I will see you very, very soon.